everybody? Happy Tuesday evening. Hope you're all doing all right out there. Well, we got a brand new thing going on here. So, Teaching Tuesdays, doing this every Tuesday. And if there's something you would like to learn about or just want to know more about, or just a random music question, let me know. That's why I'm here. That's what I'm here for. I teach music for a living, have done it since I was, like 15 years old or something. I taught lessons. Hey, Evan. Good to see you, man. So if there's anything you want to hear about specifically, let me know. We can do it either, during this session or a future session, depending on the interest levels of things that folks are interested in. So anyway, I figured I would start today with something super basic and just talk about the blues. But before we do that, I'll just let some other folks come on into the chat and the stream and see what people are interested in hearing. Obviously, we're just going to kind of get this rolling slow, and then it's going to probably pick up after a few weeks here. So let's just talk about that blues progression, eh? So piano-wise, too, and instruments vary, too, but you got your basic three chords, your 1, your 4, your 5. And now some people go, what the heck does that mean? So if we're in the key of C, C being the 1, you go up to the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's your 4 chord, that's your F, and up one higher is your 5 chord, that's your G. So C, F, G. So let's just jam out a little bit and see what happens. Let's do a little bit of a slow jam. Dranios. What's up, man? Dude, you're on Twitch now, too? Thought I saw you on YouTube, man. Right on. Good to see you, man. So you're a music major, I assume, yeah? Man, there's so many great music streamers on Twitch right now. It's great. So, you're everywhere. Yeah. I feel you, man. Well, so I'm a music teacher and professional musician from Colorado, and just started doing the streaming thing. I've been to do this for many, many years, and finally, hey, guess what happened? We did it. Wyatt, what's up, man? Wyatt's watching over on YouTube. Cool. We're multi-streaming here, folks. There's like 3 chat rooms, so if I'm not talking to the chat that makes any sense, don't worry about it. It's someone else. So we're talking about blues here, but at the same time, I am very interested to hear what you all want to hear about. Like, this is just a super small, tight-knit stream. If you guys have questions about music theory or other things like that, I'm also probably going to end up doing like live learns, like just learn a song, just fresh, never heard it before, or maybe have heard it but never read the music or anything like that before on stream. So those are things that we'll do down the road. Not all those tonight, of course. It's going to be a shorter stream, just a short little thing. And then if this gets going well, we'll lengthen these things as well. So, yeah, Danios, let me know what you want to hear, man. If there's any questions you have, Evan, Fricky, like, dude, let me know. Wyatt, let me know. Whatever you guys want. And there's a few of you other folks lurking out there that are just kind of hanging out. That's okay. You can just hang out and enjoy and see what we end up doing here. But we were just playing kind of a New Orleans style blues just there. A 1-4-5, which is CFG. And that's your main thing you learn when you're playing the piano. Other instruments, you learn other keys, but it's still 1-4-5. And all kinds of other things that you can do with that. So Evan says, I'm curious at the interface of blues and jazz, how the chords connect. Cool. Well, connecting chords are a great way to transition. Fred, what's up, man? Glad you're here. So, Fred, we're talking about just blues forms and anything else like that. Any other questions you have, let me know. And Evan also says, turnarounds. Oh, the turnarounds. You know what? They're mostly all the same. Let's start with that first little thought there. So with your blues, you got the 1 and 4 and 5. So you can do a transition chord to either one. But the main thing that you want to do is the transition back to the top, which is also that turnaround you're talking about. Which typically a blues progression goes the 1 chord for a while, the 4 chord for a little bit, back to the 1 chord for a little bit. That would be 4 measures on C, 2 measures on F, 2 measures on C, and then 1 measure on the 5 on G, 1 measure on the 4 on F, and then 2 measures on C. But why do you need 2 measures on the 1? That's where you get to that turnaround, right? So if it's on a blues, that's that turnaround area. So we'll just go the 5-4-1 area. We'll do the... All right, so we did a simple transition there, doing chromatic 5 to the 4. And then in this particular scenario, we did flat 3, E flat, back to the 1. Let's do that again. And that's a great way to do it. Depends on your song too, of course. But in this particular scenario, that's what we're rocking. All right. And that classic turnaround is 1 1 3 3 4 4 sharp 4 sharp 4 5 4 sharp 4 5. And I say that in that sense because it's the bass line. The top line does a counter melody to it as well, but there's variations on that. Great thing to do on a blues. It's funny how often that works. It's also an ending. Dranius, what instrument do you play, man? I feel like I looked you up when you first followed the stream. And But I can't remember if you were a piano or you were something else, weren't you? No, I can't remember. It's been a while. Gordon says, do some song examples using that 1-4-5. Evan, yeah, totally. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's funny, but you think about that, it's like, well, you got it in one key. Do you have it in all 12 keys, right? Do you have it in a minor, too? Because those are all different things. Like, oh my gosh. Dranios, saxophone. Totally. Yeah. I knew I'd seen something different. Right on, dude. Oh, man, we got some people on Twitch. Wait, Chris, you're Dranios? Oh, dude, that is hilarious. How do we never have this moment? This makes even more sense. Right on, dude. That's funny. Always with the kabunk ending. Oh, dude, absolutely, Sean. Yep. It's funny. On bass, you can do that ending. On other things, I feel like I'm getting off on many tangents right now, but that's kind of classic me at the same point. Well, let me get to these 1-4-5 example tunes, and then Evan, let me talk to you about that little 3-6-2-5 turnarounds. Yeah. That's great stuff. And then Gordon also asks, how does the 1-4-5 difference from the 1-3-5? It's funny. So 1-3-5 is more something you would use as a pop chord progression, whereas 1-4-5 is more of a blues thing. So let's do some examples of that because, man, there's so much music out there, so many different things to do. So 1-4-5, you've got, let's just do some, I guess, famous or semi-famous tunes. That's Louie Louie, and that's just 1-1-1, 4-4, 5-5-5, 4-4, 1-1-1, and that's the whole song. Hit back in the day. But it's funny how many tunes, like, oh my god, the list is really endless. Let's just do a handful of these. So, okay, what's this song? We're in the key of F now. The main part. The beginning of the song sounds like this. You can't play that, man. That's ridiculous. Yeah. Lisa, Jared, oh my gosh. Lisa, how is freaking Mexico? How is the Cabo doing for you? Yeah, Jared, you nailed it, man. Yeah, that's the Who. That's Bob O'Reilly. So they actually had a designed synth machine that played. I mean, you can play it, but can you play it for like 5 minutes straight without your arm falling off? But so that chord progression is 1-5-4. So that's a variation on the 1-4-5. And one of the most famous songs the Who put out there, Baba O'Reilly. What is it? Out here in the fields, but an octave up. Oh, you guys are nailing it. Whatever the words are, teenage wasteland. It's only teenage wasteland. Yeah, you guys know the song. 1-4-5, same 3 chords. It's a beautiful thing. I love it. Lisa says, it's great when you come in to play with us in Cabo. As soon as I can fly again, Lisa. You lost the sound? It seems okay on this end. Hopefully that's just on your end there. All right, so we got a regular just blues, a jazz thing as one example. Luai Luai, right? Baba O'Reilly. So here's another one. Audio fine on Twitch? Right on, dude. Thanks. And blah, blah, blah. So also La Bamba. Yep, also La Bamba. Totally. Great example, too. What key is that in? G or C? I think it's... That's 145. Yeah, 145. Here's another one. All right. Oh, God. If I play the lick, you guys are going to know so easy. These songs are so easy, and they're all 145. Maybe they have like a second chord or third chord extra from those added in, but mostly never. Just never. All right. What's that song? And Mona, you nailed it. Mona's on another chat. Why? I have 4 different chat rooms going on right now. This is crazy. And yeah, Elvix or Sean says, so what you're saying is that I only need to know 3 chords to be a pop star. Pretty much. Yeah, 3. You know, if you know 4, then you got it, man. 4 songs. Ooh, is it D or is it... Oh my God, Jared. Werewolves. Yes. It's actually 3 songs. So it's funny. 3 songs did this exact same chord progression. So the 3 chords are, it's 5, 4, 1. And that would be D major, D, F sharp, A, then down to C, the 4 chord, C, E, G, and then down to the 1 chord, G, G, B, D. SWA. Oh, God, wait. Oh, no. Yes, that's probably right, but I can't think of what that is right now. And no, Lisa, you're right. You're right. It is also Werewolves of London. Oh, Sweet Home Alabama. Yeah, I just can't think of the abbreviation, Fred. Thank you. Brain. Oh, my God. Guys, I had one of the longest teaching days I've had in a long time and a teeny break to set this up and make sure everything was working, and then, boom, go. So if I'm like, that's just, how it is today. So, but yeah, Leonard Skinner, Mona, you got it. Teenage Wasteland. So it's funny. So this same chord progression, D, C, G, in the same key, nonetheless. They didn't even try, right? So that's the Werewolves of London. Werewolves of London, or big wheels keep on turning. Yep. But there's a third one. Which was total. It actually quotes Sweet Home Alabama in the song, right? Blues. This is all blues, Evan. This is all for the blues stuff. Because when you're playing these songs, it's like, how does this relate, right? Well, it's all 1-4-5. And also, it's that Kid Rock song, Chris. You got it, but what is... Yes, exactly. Chris is on Twitch, by the way, if you guys don't see his chat. Yeah. All summer long. Jared, that's a cool idea. Noise. See, this is actually... So, you all, too, this is... we're just going to end this stream here. Yeah, pretty soon. We're just doing a little test fun moment here. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. So, any suggestions that you guys have, we'll talk about a little bit later when we start into the stream. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on other things you'd like to learn about or talk about or hear about. I mean, you can kind of see how this is going, right? It has a focus, but then it kind of goes off on tangents because that's the nature of music, right? Especially that's also the nature of myself. Try to keep it safe, but we sometimes get into those other weird spots, like jazz. But yeah, Kid Rock, exactly. All summer long is... Lisa, exactly. We were talking about Kid Rock's version. So anyway, let me let you guys know what Jared said. If you're not in the Facebook Facebook chat, he says, "Hey Ryan, instead of chords and theory, maybe expound on certain players / piano players who influenced changes and the evolution of the blues into jazz, or specialties that they used in their playing, like musical devices, etc." Which is great. Yeah, man, totally. And it's funny too, because we're gonna have to see what kind of crowd we have here that are tuning in. If people are wanting to go a little bit deeper into things, or if they want to just do some basic stuff, they want to talk about what scales to use, things like that. So, yeah. Anyway, so that's the backing up here. That's the basic blues, the 1, 4, 5, and all of those songs, every single one of them, you can solo on it with one scale if you so desire, which is whatever the one is. So this is a funny point of contention, because on songs like Sweet Home Alabama, which is also those other songs, right? It's D, C, G. The one chord is really G, even though you start on the 5. But if you try to solo over the whole song using a D scale, it won't sound so good. But if you do only the G scale, it'll sound pretty darn good. I remember getting into a big argument. We kind of cut it off because it was going nowhere with my old country band. And that same conversation came up, and I don't know why. Maybe people just hadn't eaten enough food and their freaking, blood sugar was low. But one person said we were in the key of D because it starts on D, right? The other person said, no, we're in the key of G. And the G person was technically correct, but no one is wrong in music, because it's called music theory, not music fact. It's like science. You just keep doing all the things you can, prove things that work and things that maybe don't work, and eventually you figure out something that works. But I have something that is a little bit different than that, which I just call the golden rule. So like Ryan's golden rule, which is, if it sounds good, do it. Doesn't matter what it is. Not at all. Just do it. So some people love, they love to hear things that are a little bit twisted. Like back in the day when I was in, I guess it was middle school, probably, in early high school. I was transcribing different jazz songs and things like that. So I take my, little recorder to my teacher, Paul Catugnas's house, and record it on an actual tape, one of those mini tapes that's only like that big. And the problem was that the tape, it sounded really weird, right? So when I'd go back to my piano, it'd be like, it'd be like off. It wouldn't be this key. It'd be somewhere between this key and that key. And Jared, I hear you, man. And so we would, have to try to figure out what the heck the key was, but it was never the right one. So I learned this. The first transcription I ever did was this. Something like that. But of course, for me, it sounded really awful. So I transcribed it in all 3 keys. And then, so it starts on a G, but it was a little off. So I do down to G flat, and it was a little off there. So I go up to G sharp. So I actually did all 3 keys, which sounds, well, you can just turn your speakers down if you want, because this, for some people, sounds just awful. But and so on. But I thought that sounded like just hilarious and awesome because it was so bad. And so I transposed 3 keys from my piano teacher. And little did I know at the time, as much as I was, messing up the assignment, I actually was training my ear to transpose something and also to do it in multiple keys, which whatever these things are you're doing in blues or anything else, it's good to know them in all 12 keys. Sean, my brother, says in Twitch, that's why you always played that. That's why I always played that, man. So those of you that know me and that I play, I'm always playing some pretty strange stuff in my solos, typically a little bit out there at the time. So big part to do with my piano teacher back in the day. And I still consider him a great friend and great teacher. If you're ever in Denver area and need a teacher, Paul's a great guy. Anyway. So, wait, Jared, what did you say? Let me scroll back up through the chat here. Get Back. Oh, Get Back by the Beatles. Yeah, pretty much. And Charles Ives. D7 Mixo, Spin the Wheel, Play It. Oh, Mixolydian. Oh, gosh. Yeah, modal scales. Actually, this is another thing that I should write down here. Modal scales. This is a great topic to talk about. John, oh my God. Get out of here. Get out of here with your Marvin Hamlish. Mona, Mr. Rogers? Wait, hold on. Did I miss something here? Oh, yes. So something else that someone just mentioned about a topic being like Mr. Rogers or just like music in general is a scale that you can use. And there's a scale, gosh, if you play the piano, oh my gosh, you are such a cheater. You can just play the black notes. That is the pentatonic scale. It's the major and the minor all at once. It's beautiful. And if you can transpose that to any other key, then you can play any song and sound awesome. So that's another topic we're going to get to another time. For instance, what? Name that song. Name that song. Oh, Chris, it's too easy. Yeah, it's not my guy, it's my girl. So that is the pentatonic scale, is the hey, that's cool. I played it in C, but I had to actually, I had to skip F and B. The scale's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1. All right, Jared. Night, man. Funny thing is, if we do the key, if we go up to all the black notes, let's go down. I am not a soprano. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1. I will, Jared. Pentatonic scale. And the reason I mention this is not only for maybe future conversation, but also the fact that the pentatonic scale works on these blues progressions, 1, 4, 5. So let's just play a little bit. So I'll just play in, how about I'll just do the black notes because that's easier to see here. So the right hand's going to play only black notes. The left hand's going to play 1, 4, 5. Chris, I totally gave this to you as assignment, man. It was a little different, but similar enough. So that 4 chord does have a white note. 5 chord does have a white note, but because that's the scale. G flat major has a B natural and an F natural scale in it. But the scale for the right hand, it's all good. There's the pentatonic scale. It sounds great, right? So many melodies have been done. Old school. Actually, the pentatonic scale is kind of a stereotype of the like Chinese scale. But you know what? It's more than that. It's a lot more than that. As you can see, it's used in basically every single pop song, every almost rock and roll song, and jazz and classical music too. It just goes all across the board. It's great. My teacher back in the day, again, Paul, giving Paul a little bit of a shout out here, he didn't tell me not to learn. He said, let's learn all the other scales. And I was like, well, I know my arpeggios. I know my chords. He's like, we're not going to do those either. We're going to learn all these crazy hard scales instead. And I sucked at them, and I had a terrible soloing time, and it was awful. But you know what? That was kind of the hard love, and it made me a better player today. Because now I can go back to these slightly, let's say, easier scales, and they come simpler to me. And I realize there's a lot to be learned from them as well. So I can use those type of scales plus all these pentatonics. It's beautiful. So anyway. Oh, and by the way, guys, if you guys do want to drop a few bucks here, feel free. I'm just doing this as an extra thing. But if you want to drop a few bucks for a suggestion of something that you really, really, really want to learn about, we can definitely delve into it as well. But we got Venmo, we got PayPal. A lot of people have just been, giving me checks and cash and stuff because we're here in Durango, but whatever. Y'all know. Anyway, all right, let's do just a few more minutes and then talk about some other things we might want to do for future streams. So Chris says, that little trill you did always makes me think old Western saloons. Nice. I'm not sure which trill that is, but it's one of those classic trills. Yeah, that's another thing too is that we can talk about is besides these licks and these chord progressions, like there's the 1-4-5, there's classic pop chord progressions. Like what did the Allman Brothers always use? What did Michael Jackson always use? I mean, you're like, Allman Brothers to Michael Jackson? What the heck? A lot of correlations right there. Basically, anyone you could name that's alive now or dead now, all used the same chords. And the scales, too. We can also go into talking about licks, like what are some really cool things you can do in your solos, stuff like that. So let me know what you'd like to hear for future streams. Just chat it in the chat, type it in there, or message me down the road and let me know other things you'd want to hear. I'm going to put them all into a little like a spreadsheet and track these different ideas and see what people are really interested in talking about and stuff like that. So Evan Fricky, I'm not sure, dude, if you're still here, but you were asking about the 3-6-2-5 turnaround. That's probably something for another day, even though it relates to this a lot. But yeah, we can talk about that for sure. Let's make a note on that. Anyway, so today is probably more talking than normal, although I seem to talk a lot. Teacher syndrome, I guess. But Fridays, I will be doing my usual live stream request hour. Oh, Evan, you are here. Sick, dude. Yeah, we'll do that. Remind me if I don't do it and you're here. We can totally get into that. But yeah, Fridays we're doing the live stream where it's request hours. So anything you guys want to hear, we can play and go from there. So I'm going to just end this stream on a, oh gee, what a surprise, a 1-4-5 song. So this is a Jimmy Smith, who's an organ player, song. And it's called Back of the Chicken Shack. Some of you guys might have heard this before in other streams, things like that. But it is 1-4-5, and that is it. We're in the key of F. So F being the 1. If you know all your scales, this helps immensely too. You got F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. Only one black note in there. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have F, B flat, C. All right. Let's see here. Do we want to do, how's this organ sounding on here? That organ's a little quiet. All right, we'll just go back to piano. All right, we'll get that organ rolling another time. So... All right, folks. That's all, folks. So anything you want to hear for future Tuesdays. We'll do discussion, and we can actually get in some serious chat discussions about things in music theory too. But what would you guys like to hear in the future? Let me know right now. Type it. Let me know. Chris, you are so welcome, man. Absolutely. Teeny bit of entertainment, teeny bit of everything else. Mona, you are so welcome. I'm glad Larry and you are enjoying it. Lisa, oh man, no problem, Lisa. Yeah, Evan, dude. I mean, like, leave me a message. Like, you can do that, like, voice chat, right? Or just give me a shout, and ask me what's going on. No problem, guys. No problem at all. Thanks for tuning in. Leslie, glad you're here as well. I mean, it's late. God, it's East Coast. You're almost 11 p.m. Starting tunes on chords other than the one chord. Brian, dude, of course, man. Not sure how to cover this tune topic. Oh, okay. Yeah, let me know what you mean by that, Evan. A little more probably in detail. We can actually, and in fact, if there's a specific thing that people are really want to have an actual discussion about, and if you want to, we'll actually put you live on the stream. Fred, you are so welcome, man. And we'll actually do a conversation, and we'll do some examples, and I can play some things. And if you want, if you're a musician, Evan, as you are, we can even play a little bit if you have a setup. Lisa, yeah. Just message me. No problem. Be glad to check it out. We could do things like, so Lisa, by the way, Lisa Saunders is a great singer who used to live down in Pagosa Springs, up in Pagosa Springs, I guess. But she is now in Mexico, rocking on. So that's a whole other topic, is how do you play with a singer? What do you do as a rhythm player to back a singer up, to make them feel comfortable and things like that, of that nature. Honestly, when you start going into this rabbit hole of music and what things you can do in music theory, it just keeps going. One of my students said today that they babysit, right? They're like kind of like 12, 14 years old, somewhere in there. And one of their kids they babysit was like 5, came over just to like play with them or whatever, or like get babysat. And they said, wow, you sound so good. And they're like, oh, thank you so much. And they went out and played again and did the thing. And then they had to go. They're like, oh, I have my piano lesson now. And the little kid said, oh, man, you don't need any more lessons. You were just the best. You were just great. It was hilarious. And she cracked up too, because she knew that there was more to be learned. The Venmo, Ryan McCurry -15004 is the Venmo name. Here, I'll enlarge it on the, can I enlarge it on the screen? There it is. Mondo. Whoop. There it is. But anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in and hanging out. And I am 99% sure that we're going to stream on Friday, because I am not going to be here at this location. I will be somewhere else. And I have to literally take all of the stuff and reset it up at another location. Geo, dude, Geo. I love you, Geo. Good to hear from you, man. Glad you're doing well. So if I can get it set up, I will do it. And we'll do a stream with a completely different look. And then we'll keep doing Tuesdays and Fridays. So again, God, I guess that's it. I feel like I've said that many times. So, okay, that's enough. We're going to do the goodbyes now. So we'll see you guys next time, and keep messaging me about things you want to hear about for future Tuesdays. And again, if you have any things you guys want to donate for requests for Friday nights, all request hour, very much less talking, please let me know. And yeah, we'll see you then. Chris, Sean, thank you guys for tuning in on the Twitch channel. You guys are like the rock stars of Twitch. Adios, amigo. All right. I'm never going to dance again, guys. I'm going to play another farewell tune as you guys are signing off here. Buenas noches, amiga.